to die. Holy silence and perfume.
Every now and then, something special finds its way into my hands. It's happening more and more. The more videos I make, the more people we reach with the channel, and the more opportunities I have to be what I call a caretaker of these heritage tools, these family heirlooms that mean so much to so many of us. It's such an interesting thing. What is it about these old tools that we have such a connection with? It's because here it is in my hands today, still as relevant, still as useful as it was in the hands of the man's great-grandfather who owned these. The question I always ask, and the obvious question is, where will your iPhone 6 be in 3 generations or 4 generations? Will it still be relevant? Will it still have a connection to your past? Will it mean anything whatsoever? I think that right there speaks largely as to why these tools and these old heritage and family heirloom items resonate with so many of us, why we have such a strong connection to them. I'm reluctant. Well, I wasn't. I thought a lot about this today. I have been kind of reluctant to share the items that come into my hands. I have become kind of a de facto or pseudo curator for these old tools, because so many of you know that if they come to me that they'll be in good hands and they'll be used. Unfortunately, that brings out a lot of negativity from many of you who watch. And it really shouldn't, because I think maybe you don't know all the facts. These tools that come to me, by and large, are not remaining in my presence. I'm not hoarding all of these things and amassing this tool cache, this great wealth of vintage tools for my own personal use. There's a lot of things that go on the channel, and a lot of things that you really don't see, but a very small sliver of our life and what takes place and what we're doing. And it seems like perhaps maybe you may think that you know everything that goes on around here, when that's just simply not the case. The truth of the matter is this: is a lot of these things come to me, and I restore them and sharpen them and clean them up, and they go. I never sell anything. I give them to young kids or worthy individuals, or it is my pleasure, and I've been very blessed to be able to do this, to be able to give gifts to people. It's one of the best things in life. And I don't share these things with you, and I'm not saying this to brag or to boast about it. I'm just telling you that that's something to consider. If you find yourself leaving negative comments or not liking the fact that I get these items from subscribers, the issue is not with me. The issue is with you. What does that say about yourself? What does that say about your heart? It's a dark heart that is ruled by envy and reacts knee-jerk reacts to someone having something nice or giving a nice gift, thinking that means that you're going without. I do it all the time. I need to really evaluate and check myself. Why do I do and why do I react to the things that I do? Because sometimes we don't realize what we're doing, and we'll say and mean things without having all the information. We'll leave comments. We're not really truly understanding everything that's going on, and it's wrong. It's hurtful to the person that you're attacking. It's disrespectful to the person who gave the gift, and it's just a bad way to be, and it's a bad way to carry yourself. So with that being said, I want to share this with you because it has a story, a lot of history, and it's something that's very special to me, and I want to share that with you. So this came to me some weeks back by my subscriber by the name of Randy. Randy's grandfather, Jack, and Jack's dad, George, were master carpenters. They worked in the Smoky Mountain areas and around Knoxville, building dams, infrastructure for our country. Jack was a World War II vet, and these were his tools. How Randy came about to contact me was through the treehouse video when he saw Jack swinging a hammer that was too big for him. And he sent also included, this wasn't the only thing he sent, but a very small hammer that was suitable for a boy, which we'll talk about that in future videos. Right now it's about these. I promised I'd show you what they were, and because it really is a unique find. Randy wrote in a very nice letter and told a little bit of his history of his family, and what he wanted when he sent these tools was, of course, they would be mine to use as long as or to caretake, to have, and to enjoy as long as I needed to. But also he gave me the freedom to pass these on to someone else that was deserving. He asked that nothing be sold, but if I came across a young boy that was willing to take them and to understand where they came from and to cherish them, that I had his blessing to pass these on to him. And I will always have that in mind as I work and enjoy these. So enough of that. Let's get into it. I promised I'd show you what was in the box, and let's go into it. And I'm not going to get in any big hurry here, so pause the video, go get yourself a cup of coffee or whatever your favorite beverage is, and let's enjoy this together. Oh, how about that, huh? That's something else. So what do we have here? We've got a set of Irwin bits. This would have been a carpenter set. It would be a good all-around set. What's really special about it is, of course, it's in the original case with the metal clips, and it even has the instructions in there. And I've been saving to look at these instructions until we could look at them together. I haven't seen them. I don't know what they are, but I really love the old instructions because they were a bit of an advertisement for the company, but they also had a lot of helpful tips and a lot of knowledge that has been lost to us, and they're really fun to go through, so we'll kind of go through them together. So this bit set, looks like there's about 13 bits here, and they range from the 1/4 inch size, small size, all the way up to the 1 inch. And even in there you can see the green paper. It's got the whole size. So if you had a dowel, for example, and you wanted to match up the corresponding bit, you could lay it on there and match up and get the right bit. Just a little attention to detail. These, of course, made by the Irwin company back when Irwin was a top quality tool maker, USA made, you can see there. Number 4 corresponds to 1/4 inch. 5/16, 3/8, and so on and so forth. All the way up to the big one here, which is a 1 inch. And I've looked these over pretty closely, and at first I thought that they were new, that they hadn't really been used. But the more I look at them, I think that they're not new. I think that they belong to someone who took pride in his tools and kept them in perfect condition. Everything razor sharp, no chips. You can bet the man who originally purchased these and used these, being Jack, didn't use them to drill through any nails. These would have been expensive tools back in the day, and something you really treasured. Not only would the carpenter take pride in his tools, but even the manufacturers did. Of course, there wasn't any idea really to cost cutting, saving measures on anything, including the case. When you start seeing that this all made out of, it looks to me to be walnut, which is a premium hardwood. It's what they use for rifle stocks. Look at the joinery there. Still, after all these years, still relevant. Solid brass clasps, laminated walnut. I'm sure that's walnut. Solid brass. It's the box in itself is really nice. Now what do we get? We get things in blister packs. Blister packs, it's not just, you can't always blame the manufacturer, because they're a lot of competition. They want people to see their products, and they have to deal with shoplifting, and it's all different types of reasons. It's a response to what society is. But these days things are just changed. Let's check out these instructions. If we can get through this, video here. Well, afterwards, I'll do another part to this. We'll do a part 2, and we'll do a little drill off. We'll see how these stack up. We'll use a timer with the bit and brace. We'll cover that a little bit and see what the difference is. See if these things really are relevant compared to what we have with our cordless drill. So here's the book, How to Select and Use and Care for Bits.